Good morning, Friday morning. We're just packing up our online orders. 12 items sold over the past 48 hours. Atelier Iris 1 and 2, 18-wheeler on PS2, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on PS2, Condemned Criminal Origins on 360. That's a really fun horror game, actually. Assassin's Creed Origins, couple manuals, Ultimate Spider-Man on the GameCube, and the control deck instruction manual for the NES. Virtua Tennis, RoboCop 2, Willow, and Dragon, the Bruce Lee story on Super Nintendo. My pick for today has to be Condemned Criminal Origins. I am a big horror game guy, and this game's awesome. The sound design in it is incredible. You play as this FBI agent, and you're hunting down serial killers. So that story alone is awesome, and the gameplay is actually really good. We're all packed up. Sales for today, $5.80 minus $75 in fees, minus $81 in shipping. Total take home on the online sales, $424 today. Also, we just ran out of these boxes, so we're gonna have to order more. They were right there. We're also kind of running low on envelopes, so when we make the order for the boxes, we'll probably get 50 or 75 of the boxes, and then we'll get another case of the number 0 envelopes. We're pretty good on everything else. Big envelopes, we've basically got a full case. Bigger ones of those. Yeah, the only thing we really need is the boxes and the case of envelopes. So you can see here the case envelopes is 61. The boxes 8x6x4 is 56 cents each. Those are the two most common shipping supplies that we use when we ship stuff out. It's mostly the envelopes, but whenever we're shipping stuff in a box, if it's up to 5 games, it'll fit in this 8x6x4 box. And also we ship all of our in-box NES, Super Nintendo, and N64 games in boxes as well, just to protect them. Anything with cardboard, really. Curious about shipping rates for getting the shipping supplies shipped. They do it based on quantity of items. So for us, we're having to pay $34.91 to get it shipped to us. This was always confusing to me. So if you pick up from their warehouse, which actually isn't too far from us, I think it's in Milton, but they still charge you $25 just to pick it up, which I always thought was weird. I think that should be free if you're not having to ship it. It's kind of odd to me. So that's the total after taxes and delivery. So that's for 75 8x6x4 boxes and 250 number 0 envelopes, $155.84. Pretty miserable out there. Let's hope this rain stops. We're in the process of quoting out this huge collection. NES, Super Nintendo, Coleco, N64, PS1, Dreamcast, GameCube, PS2. So there's a lot of games. There's hundreds of games. But a lot of the stuff is extremely common. And he's hoping to get between 40 and 50% cash. I don't know if this is something we're gonna buy or not. I have a feeling we're not going to grab it because there's just so much common stuff in here. Little update, it's 12, so we've been open for an hour. Haven't had a single person in. It's been absolutely dead, probably because of the rain. This collection is taking forever to go through. I'm probably like a third of the way through. Well, hopefully it starts to pick up soon. Update, it's 1:15. We've had one customer come in, but that's it. Extremely slow day today. The person who came in picked up a PS2 controller, God of War on the PS2, and then something from our bargain bin. We just finished quoting out that collection, so it took us just about 2.5 hours to quote it. We're going to have to try and call the guy and then see how he's feeling about our quote. We're not taking any of his consoles. We're not taking any of the Game Gear stuff, his Coleco stuff, but everything else we quoted. All right, let's start tackling this back room. We're starting our restocking today with boxed Super Nintendo stuff. So everything here has cartridge, manual, and box, except for NHL 96 does not have the manual. A couple of these are missing the cardboard insert that the cartridge sits in, but they all have manuals, minus NHL. So Donkey Kong Country, 2 of them. Mario is missing. Harley's Humongous Adventure, ActRaiser, Killer Instinct, NHL 96, and Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. The only one where the box and everything is super nice is one of these Donkey Kong Countries. Everything else there's minor box damage on. Finally, this back room is getting relatively tidy. I would say, compared to before. But we've got everything organized by console. We're going to check everything that's here, cross-reference it with what's in the shop. And everything that's in the store, if we have it out here, will go into this bin, go down into the basement, and then everything that we don't have on the floor will stay here and slowly work its way out onto the floor as stuff sells and as we get space. Stuff that we do have room for right now, I think, is loose NES, loose Super Nintendo, loose N64. We'll definitely have room for these TurboGrafx. This Sega CD game we'll have room for. And then maybe a little bit of some of the other stuff, but we're mostly pretty much fully stocked, to be honest, out here. Little update, it's 4 o'clock. We're starting to have a few people trickle in. We had some of our favorite regulars popped in. One of them grabbed a Game Gear and some Game Gear games. The other one grabbed a complete in-box copy of Beetle Adventure Racing on the N64. And then we had a new person come in. They brought us some PS4 games to trade towards a couple other PS4 games. So these just got traded in. Dragon Ball FighterZ, Doom, Assassin's Creed Syndicate Gold Edition, God of War 3, and Assassin's Creed Unity. We're working on getting all of these NES games cleaned and tested, and then we'll be restocking those. Little update, it's 4:40. We just had our buddy Dan come in. He picked up the HD Graphics Model 1 Sega Genesis. So that's the Model 1 that has the best video output. Looks really, really nice on a CRT. So thanks, Dan, for coming in and grabbing that. We are done with the NES stuff. We had one casualty, and this came in with that collection of all of the horribly damaged and beat up NES games. So we were bound to have one that didn't work. So sadly, Burger Time did not work. But we have lots of other good stuff going out, being restocked for NES. Guardian Legend, North versus South, NES Open, Spy Hunter, Rad Racer 2, 720, Silver Surfer, Snoopy, Short Order and Explode, Werewolf, Mad Max, Mechanized Attack, Viper, Codename Viper, Yoshi, Willow, and Tecmo Baseball. NES is all done. We got about room for 25 Super Nintendo games. So this is what's going to be going out. The best games being Link to the Past, Rock and Roll Racing, Final Fantasy 3, kind of a rough, well, extremely rough label on that one. Desert Strike, Tetris 2, Space Ace, PTO, Newman Haas, IndyCar, Vegas Stakes, NBA Hang Time, Super Off-Road The Baja, NBA Jam, Super Bases Loaded, Top Gear 2, Street Fighter 2, Last Action Hero, Lion King, and Pilot Wings. Just got to test them all first, and then they'll be going out on the shelf. Just finished up with Super Nintendo, on to N64. It's 6 o'clock. We got an hour left. So this will probably be the last thing we restock is loose N64 today. So here's everything that we don't have copies of out on the shelf right now. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to all fit in, but this is everything that's not out there. San Francisco Rush, bottom of the ninth, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. We have the not for resale copy out, but not a standard copy. WCW NWO Revenge, GoldenEye, Bomberman 64 with the worst label I've ever seen. Wave Race 64, World Is Not Enough blue cartridge. Mario Kart 64, Quake 2, WCW Nitro, Superman, WrestleMania 2000, Dark Rift, South Park, Shadows of the Empire, Diddy Kong Racing, Cruisin' USA, Pokemon Stadium, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Body Harvest, Banjo-Kazooie, Buck Bumble, NFL Blitz 2000, and NFL Blitz 2001. We got to test them all first, and then we'll try and fit them all on the shelf. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've talked about this soundtrack of this game, and it slaps harder than it should.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumper. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper.
Some of these are kind of dirty, so I'm going to clean them all first, and then we'll price them and get them out. I don't know if we're going to get them out today. We're definitely not going to get them out today. We close in like 8 minutes. 7 o'clock. We got through cleaning most of them. Those are done. These still need to be done, but we're closing up shop. We did $690 in sales today in store. It was an okay day, not an amazing day, not a horrible day, so no complaints. Just the one trade in today, which was the PS4 games, and we will see you guys tomorrow.